Hello guys, I'm here with Funny Man from FCR to do an interview. Funny Man, take it away.
Okay, I am Funny Man. I work on Reimagined. I have since 2021, and now the mod is canceled, so I'm here to do an interview. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get into FNF slash corruption in the first place?
I first got into corruption when it was around Mom Week, I want to say, and I got into Reimagined when it was also in Mom Week, so both around the same time. I just liked the concept generally, and I guess I'm a huge sucker for edgy spins on games I like, so that was a big part of it. And yeah, that's how I got into corruption.
How did you join FCR?
Um, I got into Reimagined when it was in Boyfriend Week. I think before, yeah, they were looking for a musician for Mom Day 1, and Valor got in there initially, and then I think he had some stuff going on in real life, so then they opened it up again, and then that's where I got in. So yeah, around halfway through Boyfriend Week.
Okay, so how is it working on FCR?
Overall, minus a few bumps in the road, like a few unsavory people I won't name. It's been overwhelmingly a good experience. Like I've met a lot of people through it, a lot of whom I'm still friends with, and I honestly don't know where I'd be if I didn't get into the mod. So,
What was your favorite song that another composer made for the mod?
definitely Rebound by Canon Venati. It's probably my favorite song, and it just yeah, from when I first heard the development, I basically fell in love with it.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite song that you made?
Favorite song that I made, I'd probably say Infraction or Dispatch V2. They're both I'm pretty proud of them both.
Okay, so what community were you in before FCR and corruption as a whole?
This was actually my first community. I never I mean, I surfed around like Undertale media, but I wasn't really on any Discord servers. I didn't have a YouTube channel, so actually, this is the first community I've been in where I've actually interacted with it and been a part of it.
Okay, so I might have stolen this from Landon, but how are you?
Uh, I'm I'm doing pretty good today. I mean, overall things have been going pretty well, and even with the cancellation of Reimagined, I've been feeling pretty all right. So I got no real complaints.
Right. So, what was your favorite corruption take that someone else made?
Favorite corruption take? I'd want to say just OG because I think it's really cool, but I mean it's not really a take; it's the original. So
Right, but they have
I
some really good songs.
yeah. So I think expanded would probably be my first pick, and then if it continued and didn't mysterious, or maybe not mysteriously, but if it didn't die, then probably take over.
Yeah. What was your favorite timeline that Diane made for not Insanity, Reimagined?
Um, I would say either duality or resurgence, and I I'd more lean towards resurgence normally, but I feel like it had it, I don't want to say the community ruined it because I think that's going a little too far, but at the same time, it definitely got soured by indirectly by Continuum because of the it opened the door to all the really complicated and convoluted like BF Resurgence OCs, and I think that sort of tainted the concept. So I'd probably say Duality because I like how it's sort of a rehashing of Reimagined and let us almost recreate the mod again.
Yeah, and Dead End would really slap there.
Yeah, I really like Dead End.
Yeah, so what was your favorite week of FCR?
Favorite week? I'd say for the remix we had planned before the update got canceled, either Mom or Dad's week. I really liked the art for Mom's week was phenomenal, like the backgrounds and the sprites. I'm sure they'll get shown eventually if they haven't already, and I I'm personally really proud of how Bedeviled worked out the V2 for Dad's week, and Despondency is really awesome. I mean, aside from the issues we were having with getting a good finale song going, I think they were shaping up to be my favorites. But I'd say out of the stuff that did get fully finished, I'd say Pico Week is probably my favorite with
Uh,
what we have now.
so what was your favorite non-corruption mod?
Favorite non-corruption mod was probably Rivals. I don't know why. I just the art style, the music, it's all really cool and really well put together. I mean, I know there's stuff like Silly Billy and Mario's Madness and all like Imposter and all that sort of stuff, but I think the latter two are really long, and I know that's ironic coming from the reimagined dev, but I think a lot of it blends together, and like Silly Billy, I think that's too obvious of a pick. So I'm gonna say Rivals.
Okay, so what could you change? What would you change about FTR if you could?
I'd probably want to add a little more sauce to the earlier weeks, but if I had to change something, like go back in time and change something about the mod, I would say definitely narrator BF. I'd say that was the single most complicated thing I've ever had to work with, like in general, just because making it fit after like sorry, let me start over. We had to shoehorn him in
After
after
Zbrokski.
yeah, after our like main coder left, and with him the main story changed a lot. So we had to put BF in his place, and then we looped that around a lot, and it became this really convoluted mess that I think has its good moments, but overall I think it definitely damaged the mod. So I'd probably go back and change that.
And then we murdered BF.
Yep, that's how it has to be.
Yeah, so what are you better at? Art or just doing music?
I'd say I'm definitely more. I mean, it depends because if I can get a good snowball going, and if I start a drawing that I'm proud of and I think I can continue, versus if I start a song I'm proud of and I think I can continue, then I'd say I'm definitely more likely to finish strong with a song than art. So I'd say I'm definitely better at music overall, but I'd say drawing's a lot more fun for me probably.
So what's next after FCR?
After Reimagined, I'm gonna, no pun intended, go full throttle on Insanity, just because it's the sort of the last thing I want to finish before I put major FNF development behind me. I just
Right.
think that I think I'm not bored of the game. I still like the game. It will always hold a special place in my heart, but at the same time, it's definitely getting a little bit stale, and I want to move on to new horizons.
Animal Crossing reference confirmed.
Yes, Animal Crossing reference.
So, how much do you think FCR left an impact on the community?
I'd say if we're looking at the wider FNF community, I'd say it made a decent sized impact. Like if you went up to a group of 20 people that were FNF fans, maybe one or two of them would have heard of Reimagined, and honestly that's more than I ever could have expected out of this. But I think if we're talking about the corruption community, I'd say it's a lot bigger because it was the first real take on the mod, and I think it wasn't single-handedly responsible for all the other takes, but it definitely put it into a scope that was possible. So I think it definitely left a mark, and I'd say it left a very good mark at that.
Right. So, we're done.
We're done. All right.